minute for me to go live on YouTube as well.
It's 8:28, so we got 2 minutes. So to me, the Russell is going to be an indicator that whatever pop we have in the ES and the NQ will be met with sellers, which is what we
Hey,
suspect anyway.
we are live, people. Let's see. Give us a heads up. I know there's a little delay. I try to reduce it as much as as much as possible. Tell me that you guys can see us and hear us. One for see us, two for hear us. Yes, no. So tonight we are just gonna do see yes, hello, awesome, awesome. You guys don't follow instructions. One and two, Trader Joe.
See, yes, hello, awesome, awesome. You guys don't follow.
Okay, so nice work. Somebody knows how to follow his instructions. Don't mind this in my ear because there's a delay and I had to dip into last minute of something that I don't hear the delay in myself. All right, cool. So here we are after hours doing another get together. If you were here last time, which was last Thursday, we said some things that played out. So hopefully they helped you avoid some pain. If you were here today in the live room with us, it was pretty cool because even though it was a bad day, we had a few good opportunities. Believe it or not, on the fly, we, Cypher said something. This is my buddy Cypher, by the way. Master chartist and
Master of something.
master of his domain. Who knows? Name the show that comes from. Master of your domain. Anyway, so we're gonna share some screens. I just had while I was talking to Cypher prepping, I had a beep on my screen and something to do with the bond market. So maybe if nothing is going on with the S&P futures in the ES, we can look at the bond market. Maybe something is moving there. So we're going to try to find something moving and talking to see if we can trade it. Seinfeld, high five, Terry. Give Terry a like. Give him some love. And 100% correct. Use these emojis. They're pretty cool. Just light it up. Light it up. Okay. So I had a beep in the bond market. So I thought to myself, let's go look to see if there's anything moving in the bond market. Bosco, that's the password. Bosco. If you hear a noise in the background, I'm sorry. My son sold a beat up truck last night, bought another beat up truck, and he's beating up on it right now. I can see him in the camera. He's 5 minutes. I kid you not. The truck lands here 15 minutes and the truck is falling apart. He's taking it apart. He's taking this out and listing things to sell off of it. Things that people buy, he sells because he can build it himself better and prettier. Okay, so nothing is really moving in the futures, but here's where we left you off. If you were in the live room, I said I will take a long on a dip, and maybe this pattern plays out. Mona Lisa, I like this. Is this
Mona
the new
Lisa?
Mona?
Look at that.
No, well, is this the new Mona from the chat room?
I think so.
Yeah,
it is. I like
okay.
that name.
Okay, so we're coming back up. You bet. We're coming back up. Maybe we can trace some upside as a knee-jerk dead cat bounce. And please treat it as such, that we're going to sell rallies until they tell us otherwise. Because what happened, if you get my video review from Sunday night, what happens is, what happens now that we've lost the necklines, round numbers, 435, 433, 431 needed to hold. Once we lost them confirmed and we couldn't recover them Monday, Tuesday, now we need a miracle pop to bring us back above those. And if we're not, we're going to drift lower to satisfy the patterns. And the patterns do point lower. So luckily, we do have weak spots that we need to fill. And Cypher will have more on that one in the RTY. He just found some stuff in the RTY that could be point D, as they say, in a harmonic pattern. That would be the target. And once we get there, maybe will be a good bounce from there. YOLO. Yeah, all in, Climber. Hey, listen, folks. Climber is crushing it. 2 days in a row before the market opens, I log on. He's there 5:30, whatever, in the morning, my time in California. He says, just crushed it. today's today's numbers tells me we should all meet up at Climber's house because he's rolling in dough. What did you catch? 25 points today? 25.
I
You
think he
caught
caught
20
last night. He caught Sunday night, I think.
and yesterday.
And he caught and yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, he crushed it. He comes in yesterday, so overnight. So tomorrow, this morning, his caught was bigger than the night before. So anyway, let's hope that we will have a tradable bounce soon that is sustainable. Right now, any strength, you fix problems, you book fast, and you just look for entry points. Like Amazon today fell on some headline. Okay, it's an entry opportunity, but if you look at Amazon on the daily chart, it could afford to fall a lot more. 120 would be interesting. So I sold a put today around 120, looking to own shares there. I may have to defend it somehow, maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Apple, before the market opened, we identified a weakness based on a wolf wave down to 171.40. What did Apple do? Beeline for that
That was a
number.
great call. That was a
Yeah.
great call.
We get lucky once in a while. Look at that. Before the market opened, I said there's a wolf wave that says Apple 141, 140, 171.40 ish, 45. So it got to 171.66. That's pretty close. So now this green harmonic is more of Cypher's game, and he will speak
Yeah.
more. I'm going to hand it over to him because he caught something in the RTY that I think deserves your attention. So let me get my screen off, get your screen on, and explain to us what you saw and how it can play out. Cypher.
Okay. You got it. So here you'll see my list of futures tickers, which I have. So you see the ES is, kind of flat. But let's focus on the Russell. The Russell, which we noticed that there's a confirmation of a, just in this area, right? So we got the prerequisites we need. We're making lower highs and lower lows, and we have a bearish pattern, which is confirmed. So this is saying that any pop, we're going to target the 1765 to 1770 area. So what I'll be looking to actively do overnight on trading is to pick these zones right here, one zone here, another zone here to engage in a short.
When my eyes are tired on the here and there, can you mention numbers so I can?
I can. This level here is 1790. 1790 is an area of interest to short. We're at 1782. The next area is 1795, which is a much more, if we're shorting, we want to short higher prices. So any prop into here, we want to look to short. Our target is 1770 to 1765 on the futures. Now, what does that tell us? That tells us that the ES and the NQ are still vulnerable, which is what Nick had said when we first got on, that we want to sell pops and rallies. This pattern, Nick, confirms that there's a great high probability that we're going to approach these lower levels, 1770 and 1765 on the Russell.
So I hear you saying we need to sell rallies into, like, if we wake up tomorrow and we are up
here
0.6%, 0.7%, I'd be looking to sell credit call spreads for the day on the RUT, for example.
Yes. And if I go to the ES chart, this was a pattern we had in the room this morning.
So there is a trade for you guys and girls. If you're not with us in the live room tomorrow, if you get a rally that's close to 1%, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, start thinking intraday. Let me see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. The RUT has an expiration for Wednesday. The IWM does as well. So maybe you sell a credit call spread on a rally, because if he's right, he just said fade the rallies. Go ahead.
Yes, something like this, Nick. A move into this zone of 1788, 1788 area, 1790, 1795, and you target this area. So you may want, take a screenshot. You may want to see. You can also trade it if you break, you break these higher lows, would trigger, right? So you continue to trade price action. You can use price action, but these supply zones, because what happened is we shifted from demand to supply. So now every time we hit a supply zone, we're expecting a rejection. Yes. That's what we're looking at, Nick.
All right. So did you mention something about the ES also? Did I miss it?
Yes, let's go to the ES chart. This was a trade that we did today. Now, let's what Nick had mentioned on the last video that we did. We had talked about on the 4-hour targeting this area down here. So if you go back to last week's video that we did a live session, we were talking about this area when price was at 43.90. This was Thursday night. We were roughly around 4,400. We're at 43, basically 4,300 now. So how does that relate to the trade that we're talking about on the Russell? That means any weakness on the ES, we're looking to get involved on a short. We're looking at this level, 43.36. Anywhere from the, and you remember that level today, right, Nick? 43.35
Yeah.
was when I was saying we're going to 43.18. Well, I was predicting that we were going there. I mean, you never know. So this supply zone here, 43.36, and then this zone right up here, 43.50 is a fantastic area to look to nibble to some more downside on the ES trade as well. So
Trade
that's
number
where
two. Trade number
number
two.
two.
So
Right.
any strength in the S&P, SPX, SPY. So if you trade actively intraday, and he just mentioned some numbers, hopefully you wrote them down. He told you what happens is you should look to fade. Now, if you shorted the RTY or RUT or the IWM, don't double up. They're basically the same trade, but they might not be in sync. Today, the small caps were green when the markets were red, and then they all turn around red in the end. So make sure to time it. Don't double. Make sure you manage your risk appropriately. All right.
And the NQ, Nick, the NQ, we're looking somewhere around
That's the
14,780. The Nasdaq is the NQ. We're looking at 14,780 area right here for to nibble, and this is the best spot right here, 14,876. I doubt we get that far, but if we do, this would be an area where you would definitely want to short. And you could target. We look left. We could probably target lower if we look left.
I'm going to steal the screen from you today.
Yes.
Because right now, because I want to share something about the NQ because you mentioned it. So let me put mine on.
Sure.
So this is the NQ, and I want you to focus on this red thing. Because of my conversation with him earlier, we said maybe this happens, and what that was like before the day started and everything, and actually from yesterday. And look at how the dip that we thought would happen happened like minutes before that. And this was just me copy pasting this pattern from here, and I moved it forward, and I said maybe it happens again. Boom, it happened again. What am I saying here? Don't listen to the news, because some of you might have ran what happened, who said what, and whatever. This is predetermined price action based on the gods of stock market. There are people in charge of things, and they coordinate everything. And most of it, I say, it's not that it's a rigged game. It's a well choreographed market. So this is what you should think about when you're looking for news. Stop. All right, what else you got? Let me see if ZT or ZN. ZT is the futures node on the 2-year. Maybe it's moving. Not much. I was hoping, because I saw something beeped at me in one of these things I watch, which is the 5 to 2s or the 10s to. Whoa, this thing. What? So this is a relationship between the 5-year and the 2-year. What the heck is that? That's why it beeped at me. These are huge moves. So have you heard CNBC say the yield curve is inverted? Oh my gosh, the world is going to end. They said it about a year ago, whenever. This is the opposite. It's getting uninverted. The closer to zero it gets, the more normal it becomes, because usually long-term rates are higher than short-term rates, but we've been upside down for such pretty long time. So this is fixing itself. Unfortunately, it means that long-term rates this part is getting higher. So US05 yield.
One of the ones we were talking about, Nick, prior to the video, starting the live stream, We were talking about ZB having a bearish pattern on ZB.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. Look at the 2-year yield went from here to here. This must be a blip or something. Wow. Short-term rates. So is Powell decided to stop raising rates? That's crazy. Anyway, let's watch interest rates tomorrow. So if you have a trade in the TLT, let's come up with a trade on the TLT. Do you have anything on the TLT? You want to pull it up and see if you can find something? I'll give you a couple of minutes. So here's my thought on the TLT. The TLT is in desperate need of a bounce. Otherwise, it says something ominous is going to happen in the US. It's already lost levels and it needs to recover 92 desperately. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen in the US if this happens in the TLT. That means interest rates are skyrocketing. TBT is the opposite of the TLT. We can look at that too. So what you got?
TLT is just a nosedive, Nick. TLT is just an absolute nosedive.
Correct.
Correct. I do not. It almost looks like the Chewy stock, you know.
Ouch! Ouch!
Oh, really? Oh, don't worry about Chewy. They're gonna get bought out, right?
Well, no. I will be assigned shares at 1750. I'll break even at 1660, so I'm fine. It's still lower than current price, so I haven't suffered any actual losses. I have paper losses, but the stupid thing cannot stop falling. But here's the problem with this. I think we need to throw away the chart on this one. Because
I agree with you. Actually, I do agree with you on that. I think that's a fair comment.
This one, I'm going to say, Cypher and I are going to turn off the charts on this one because if this scenario unfolds, I'm going to stock up on some food and some paper towels, and toilet paper, because I really don't know what that means in terms of lending in America, because this crash in the TLT means a super spike in interest rates. So if you have a variable rate mortgage or a variable rate on any big loan, you might want to lock it or hedge somehow by buying some TBT calls. So, or TLT puts. TBT is the opposite of the TLT. This represents interest rates, I believe, on the 10-year. This is like the 20-year. Look at it exploding. This is interest rates on the 20-year. Imagine if it breaks out of here, this chart. Look, if TBT TNX2 goes above here, markets. This was my comment to myself from whenever. And this was, the breakout. And now if it breaks out from here, yikes.
Yeah, this is bad. Even the 1 minute is bad. I mean, everything is bad.
I'm scaring people. Look at our Lenny's. Look at Mona. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
That's why I'm saying this is so bad. It cannot happen.
Yes.
Maybe somebody will wake up and tell Powell to stop it. Stop it, you cornhole. Wait, this is YouTube. We can't cuss too much. They'll ban us.
Yes. Yeah. So another future I'm looking at, which we had done a video on, was oil, Nick. And oil, I think oil might have.
Wait, I'm sorry. I wasn't showing this TBT.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
This TBT, this one, this breakout. Good grief! All right, back to you.
Oil, we gotta watch. It bounced. I did a video on this, and you could see the 4-hour. They bounced right here. So right now with oil, if oil breaks 91.30, we are going to get a run towards 93. You see this level right here, 91.33? So just keep an eye on oil. I'm going to alert it in the room, this trade in the room. I will alert it when it hits. But for the people that are not in the room, just watch this oil. We break 91.30. We're going to 92 and potentially higher. Okay.
Here's the video. I just posted the link to the video that you posted from a few days ago on oil. If they want to go back. Yeah. So I said oil is headed to 3 digits, and I'm an anti-oil prices.
I know you are. I know exactly.
But I recognize a breakout when I see one, and unfortunately with oil, folks, is regardless of what the charts say, it's a rigged game, literally. But pun intended, by the way. It is. They have ROPEC, which is OPEC and Russia. Well, OPEC, if it was an agency in the U.S., it would be illegal because their job is to manipulate prices by region, supply by region, everything. everything. They manipulate everything in it, and that's literally what is illegal to do in the U.S. And now they have Russia in it, so it's Russia and OPEC. Meanwhile, we are the biggest producer of oil, and we are at the mercy of everybody. So we don't have an oil problem; we have an oil policy problem.
Definitely, definitely. So one thing also, if you're gonna get active in potentially shorting, you notice that the 38 fib retracement from this breakdown today is exactly in that sell zone, 43.35. So there could be a nice little scalp to it and a little scalp off it, okay? So watch price action.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would play the video in here for you that he recorded, but I don't have it memorized, so it would take me a long time to just go back and forth into it. So I posted the link. Watch it; it's worth it. And if you like it, give it a like.
Okay.
If you don't, actually, you can debate in it. I don't restrict the comments. So if you want to talk to Cypher in the video, just talk to him in the comments. We go back and forth. I would love it.
Absolutely.
Just keep it civil. You know,
Keep it civil.
Yeah.
Keep it civil, and maybe we'll do a video for you. If anybody wants a video done, maybe we'll do something for people that subscribe.
We will definitely do. Well, since we have a lull in the futures here, how about
it's pretty dead. It's pretty dead.
But let's recap a couple of things that were pretty important that we said. 3.
This one.
We gave you 3 short
Russell
ideas tomorrow, which is fading the rallies, not blindly, not every green tick. Join us and we'll tell you when. You have to look for the levels he mentioned. You see those 2 levels. Take a screenshot if you want, or watch the video after here and rewind. You can watch for levels that we mentioned. You can watch for other levels that develop intraday. We can't know what they are until we open tomorrow. You can watch for patterns. You can watch for studies. So if you use MACD or RSI or a combination of 2 or 3 studies, harmonics are usually good intraday. Also wolf waves, if you know what those are. So we will do those tomorrow live. And if you need a
we use everything in the room.
Yeah,
we use everything in the room. Everything.
Yeah,
wolf wave, harmonics, price action.
Ouija board.
We do everything.
The works.
and our necks are on the line. We trade live. Our necks are on the line all the time.
You trade more than me. Oh snap! Costco is coming down. Okay. Somebody's asking for Microsoft. Listen, Microsoft is in danger of going out of business. No, it isn't. I'm just kidding.
Someone in the room yesterday asked about Microsoft when I took the mic for a little bit. And I had mentioned that we had a pattern down to 302, which is roughly this level right here.
If you're saying 302, I'm saying 288, 292.
Yes, eventually, yes.
Because you trigger an inverse cup and handle, head and shoulders, whatever, losing the neckline that they were losing today. They haven't lost it yet.
Right.
But they need to get back to above like 312 to be comfortable.
Right.
And if you close well below 316-ish.
Yes. We closed at 312. 312.35. 312.14, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. So you look at the comment from Arlenis. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's 18?
18 is already on puts. Maybe that's the end of the drop. It's like when my Muay Thai coach came up to me and handed me $200 or $300 in cash at the dojo. He says, go buy me some Bitcoin or Ripple. He said, go buy me some Ripple. And at the time, I was like, okay, that's the top of the Bitcoin market. Be greedy when fearful. This is what I said. If you saw me, I had a rant on Twitter. I just had a rant today on Twitter. Go on Twitter and find me. I am at Racer Nick No K. It's hilarious. I went off on the media. Just go read them. Go read them whenever you have a break. And anyway,
well, what signaled the short on Microsoft when they were in the room was a break on yesterday, right here. Where was it? It was somewhere here where we spotted it. Somewhere in here, this break right here. So Microsoft has been making lower highs and lower lows. So you shouldn't be surprised Microsoft broke 315. We kind of predicted it in the room.
Yeah. So Microsoft has been a good company. It's like the poster child for AI this and AI that. So it has everything going for it. There's nothing wrong
Absolutely.
with Microsoft whatsoever. So if the market stabilize, it will too. But it's just a matter of holding the chart together.
Yeah.
The chart, the technicals override everything else. That's my opinion. We'll
Yep.
get to
Yep.
Tesla in a little bit. Everybody wants Tesla.
Tesla, we were good on today as well. Remember, Nick? We said
Yeah, Tesla.
245. You said 244 when it was at 247.
Yeah, so for me, Tesla, I'm like blah 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 blah. Last week, somebody said, "What would you do with Tesla?" I said, "I wouldn't hold calls. I wouldn't hold puts. I would sell a credit put spread at 225," and that trade was a snoozer. It has been. I think it expires on 10/6. It must be okay still versus sweating every tick. So Tesla, if you're not good with the charts, if you're not good, here's the most important part with Tesla. If you're not good with your ability to stop out for good and bad, don't play calls and puts on Tesla unless you're super lucky. Nobody's that lucky to be consistently winning with Tesla. You will win, you'll do well, and then you'll get shellacked.
Actually, we might have a move here. We might have a
On
move here down on the ES, where it looks like they're ready to lose this level 43.17. We might drop all the way back down right here while we're on. So I'll leave it up.
Yep. So if you're playing the futures, you can take a trade in the futures. If you want to practice, the trading panel here, you can activate a trading panel and practice. It's super easy.
Yeah.
And
This
we
thing
would tell
looks like
you
she
we
wants
would
to
tell you to
crack.
come join us in Boston, but we're sold out. Woot woot.
We're sold out. All
Yeah.
sold out.
Some of us here in this room are getting together in Boston and having dinner and meeting for 2 days and learning more about the futures.
Yeah. So the futures are wobbly here, Nick. Wobbly. They can hold this bottom here, but I'm looking for a break here, and then any pullback is a short down back towards 4,300 is what I would suggest. But we're not there yet. Looks like we're getting close though.
Larry gets a show. Larry gets a show. Hello, Larry. I would love to meet Larry one day. The only emails I read, well, I get emails from Larry every once in a while. Last time he sent me a good email to educate me a little bit about a company called ARM. I knew kind of what it
Arm.
did, but he sent me somebody's opinion on it, and it was very educational and made me feel better about my investment in that company. So Larry,
Yeah.
you need to be able. Larry gets a pass on the caps. He's the only person in our room that's allowed to use caps.
Is he screaming when he does that, or is he just an
No,
excitable
that's
guy?
just Larry. Larry. Okay, so somebody wait, Bing Bong, something like Bing Bong. Yeah, Bing Bong. Your cousin said, I think it's going to hit as low as 415. Well, I'll tell you what, Bing Bong. In my Sunday night strategy video, I said,
That's right.
if we lose 431 and don't recover it Monday and Tuesday, we're headed to 420 plus or minus $2, and the actual target is 408 to 412 in the SPY. And believe it or not, those numbers are quote normal price actions, but the rally was insanely stupid, so you have to do an insanely stupid drop to come back to reality.
Yes. 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 Invaluable.
This
Invaluable.
platform here is TradingView. The one I have is TradingView. I don't know what he's using.
I use TradingView. TradingView.
The white background doesn't bother you. Look at look how prettier this is.
I like to do the black, but for whatever reason, I see the candles better in the white.
How
I
funny-
see structure
how funny.
better. I know. I'm trying to switch, to be honest with you. I'm trying
Yeah,
to switch to dark.
My eyes are just completely dead when I'm watching on white stuff coming at me all day, every day.
I know. You can change the background. I on the weekends I try the black, but I can't get it. It just doesn't work for me.
I go dark mode all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we've outlined pretty good here. Consistency, and I think the theme is the same. I don't think I know, right? We know.
Yeah.
The theme is the same.
Well, last time you guys rocked it with the likes and the support on this channel. We are trying to pack so much content for you. We're going to bring more of these. I envision something even more active than this, maybe on the weekends. I don't know where we'll go. Maybe during the weekday, we'll pop in during the live session. Just keep coming back. We appreciate each and every one of you. Amazon. Okay, so Neve, hey Neve, I sold some put spreads today in Amazon. Very small position. I prefaced it 6 different ways why not to take it. Why not to take it? It's not just Nick. It's so simple. KP. It's a team effort here, and we're growing the team with good content. Cypher and I go way back. We went separate ways for a little bit. He was busy doing some things. We were busy doing others, and then we circled back. Like, why are we not working together? And here we are. The content, we will try to make it as useful and as productive as possible. So if you got anything today, you got 2 things. 2 or 3 things to do tomorrow.
And if you're in the live room, chart.
Yeah, if you're in the live room,
definitely got that chart.
Yeah, if you're in the live room, we're gonna help you. If you're not, contact us. You can reach me or Arlenis or anybody through the comments in this video on the recording. That's the silliest way of catching us. Yep. All right, so we've been here for about half an hour.
Awesome. I think we lost your volume, Nick. I think so. I can't hear you. Maybe it's only me. Is that your way of signing off? Use hand signals. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Have a good night, everybody. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right. Thanks for everybody for joining today. And I'll speak for Nick.